Jake Paul just showed off his new $40 million ranch, and yes, it's massive. The YouTuber turned boxer shared a full tour of the property called Southlands Plantation in a video on his brand new Paul Family Ranch YouTube channel, which he literally made just for the ranch. In the video, Jake Paul flexes some wild features on the property: a private 20-acre lake, a 2-mile ATV track, his $5 million car collection, and a driveway so long he says he hit 120 miles per hour just driving up it. The Southlands Plantation sits in Decatur County, Georgia, and stretches across a ridiculous 6,000 acres, packed with luxury everywhere you look. The 29-year-old described the ranch as a dream purchase following a turbulent year that included a knockout loss to Anthony Joshua and a double jaw fracture that has sidelined him indefinitely. He even jokes about it in the video, saying something like, "People always ask what I spend my millions on from beating people up. Well, this is it. My 6,000-acre, $40 million ranch." He admits he hadn't planned to go that big, but once he saw the place, he felt he had no choice but to buy it. This massive buy comes after a huge payday for Jake Paul. He reportedly made around $92 million from his December fight against Anthony Joshua, even though he lost by knockout in the 5th round. Right now, he's recovering from injuries and is still under medical suspension from the Florida Athletic Commission. That said, Jake hinted he could make a comeback later in 2026 and even teased a potential fight with former UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou once he's cleared to compete again. Now, it wouldn't really be fair to say he bought all this just from one payday. Jake Paul's been grinding for this money pretty much since he was a kid. Back in 2013, Jake was just another teenager posting Vine compilations, 6-second clips of him doing dumb stuff with his brother Logan. In 2016, he catches a big break and lands a role on Disney Channel's Biz Aardvark. After getting fired for being too wild and causing chaos around his neighborhood instead of slowing down, he goes all in on YouTube. And it worked. The Team 10 era blew up. Millions of subscribers, merch flying off the shelves, brand deals everywhere. Still, that wasn't enough. In 2018, Jake announces he's becoming a professional boxer, and everyone laughed. People called it a joke, said he'd get destroyed, and said it was just a publicity stunt. Fast forward to now, and he's knocking out former champions, making tens of millions of dollars per fight, and actually becoming a real boxer. Love him or hate him, you can't deny the guy knows how to make money, and all of that grind leads to this moment, a $40 million investment property in the middle of Georgia. The place is called Paul Reserve, and when Jake says it's massive, he's not exaggerating. It's over half the size of Manhattan. We're talking 6,000 acres in Georgia, sitting right next to Lake Seminole, a 38,000-acre lake formed by 2 rivers. To put that into perspective, most people couldn't even walk their entire property in a single day. Jake straight up admits he hasn't even seen 1/5 of his own land yet. The previous property manager told him it takes 5 years just to learn where everything is. 5 years. That's how big this place is. And the driveway alone? 3 miles long. 3 miles! It's one of the longest residential driveways in the entire US. Jake uses it as a racetrack to test his Lamborghinis. Most of us are happy with a 2-car garage and a tiny driveway. This dude's driveway is longer than some people's daily commute. The ranch sits right at the bottom of the Appalachian Mountains, so you've got these beautiful rolling hills everywhere. And Jake didn't just randomly pick Georgia. He was super strategic. He wanted lake access for water sports, flat land to build an airstrip and racetrack, and good weather without the brutal 6-month winters like you get in Montana or Wyoming. Now let's get into the fun stuff. The toys. The water setup alone is ridiculous. There's a 20-acre private lake on the property, plus 4 miles of waterfront on Lake Seminole. Basically, unlimited water access for whatever he wants to do. He's got wake surfing boards, and not just any boats. He owns a custom Nautic Paragon 25 that he calls Blue Balls. Yes, that's the name. It's fully decked out in blue because his first Lamborghini was blue, and apparently Jake really loves that color. This thing is considered one of the best wake surf boats ever made and supposedly costs around $300,000. Then there are the jet skis, and again, not normal ones. Jake claims these are some of the fastest jet skis in the world, pushing around 300 horsepower, which is wild considering most jet skis have about half that. These things are straight up rockets. He's got multiple of them just sitting at the dock, ready to go any time. And if that still wasn't enough, there were these jet stream boats that are apparently impossible to flip and basically indestructible. During the tour, Jake literally crashes one and it just keeps going. Totally unsinkable, which is probably a good thing because yes, there are a few alligators in the water. Definitely not a place you want to be swimming around in casually. Oh, and there's also a 30-acre duck pond. Every year they plant it with corn, flooded during duck season, and it attracts thousands of ducks. The ducks just eat the corn straight off the water. Jake says that in a couple of months, the place will be absolutely packed with them. All of this ties into the hunting setup, which we'll get to in a second. But first, let's talk cars, because Jake Paul is a serious car guy. There's over $5 million worth of vehicles spread across the property. Multiple Lamborghinis, including one that literally caught on fire during a stunt, and Jake just kept drifting it anyway. But it's not just supercars. A place this big needs heavy-duty equipment, so he's got dump trucks, John Deere tractors, bulldozers, excavators, and planters. The whole setup. One of the funniest flexes is a Bobcat that costs $16,000. Then there's the off-road madness. Jake claims he built the world's biggest razor track on the property. Over 2 miles of jumps, trails, and whoops cutting through the woods. The track even swings down toward the lake, so you're hitting jumps with insane views. To match that, he's got a ridiculous lineup. Polaris vehicles, a turbo 2-seater pushing 420 horsepower, Yamaha YFZ 450s, Raptors, Rangers, dirt bikes, scramblers, you name it. He even mentions that some vehicles aren't there anymore because they straight up wrecked and destroyed them. And here's the wild part. The ranch has its own private gas station, diesel, 87 and 91 octane, all on site. Makes sense because with a 3-mile driveway and non-stop vehicles, driving to a normal gas station would take forever. The ranch has some of the best hunting in the country, and Jake takes it seriously. Deer, wild hogs, gators, doves, quail, everything. The deer program is conservation focused, with selective hunting to improve genetics, plus an on-site processing station where everything is eaten or donated. He prefers bow hunting for deer. Wild hogs are handled with night thermal hunts since they're invasive. He even turned a gator he killed into custom fight shorts and once took out a 7-foot rattlesnake with a shovel. The property has 4 houses, including a 9-bedroom main lodge with lake views that's being renovated. Jake gave one house to his dad. His own place is low-key and functional, but the real highlight is a barn gym with a full boxing ring where he trains. There's also a horse barn with plans for cattle, horses, and even exotic animals. This isn't just a flex, it's a business move. Jake plans to sell the property for $100 million with future upgrades, including a private jet airstrip and an F1-style racetrack, turning the ranch into an ultra-exclusive, members-only community. Jake recently invited 20 top leaders from tech, business, and venture capital to his $40 million ranch for the very first anti-fund summit. It was anything but a normal networking event. Instead of boring conference rooms, guests spent the weekend completely out of their comfort zones. Shooting, wake surfing, tubing, hunting, boxing workouts, strength training, wine tastings, and even getting roasted by comedians, all mixed in with serious business talks and deal-making. The whole idea was simple: have a blast while building real connections and talking about how to change the world. Paul Reserve basically became a playground meets think tank. Jake described it as his childhood dream turned real, a place where freedom, chaos, and creativity collide. The guest list was stacked. Leaders and researchers from OpenAI, Lux Capital, Cognition, Applied Intuition, along with people from MIT, Stanford, and top government and industry institutions showed up. One of the highlights was having Mark Chen, Chief Research Officer at OpenAI, along major VCs and engineers, all in the same place, doing activities together instead of sitting across a boardroom table. Jake and the anti-fund team believe this kind of environment creates stronger bonds, better ideas, and more meaningful collaborations than traditional networking ever could. For the moment, he seems to be slowing things down for boxing and enjoying life on the ranch, calling it a place to recharge, build, and plan what's next. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon. See you next time.